Hello, how are you? Hi Shubham, hi Priya, hi Pink, hi Rohan. How are you? How's everyone? Celebrated Christmas really nicely, had fun, ate a lot of sweets and cake. Yes? Okay, great. So let's start, okay? We are starting. We're not wasting time. We're just starting. We're getting to the point really quickly. Well, anyway, guys, so let's crack it. Now, I'm going to talk about some important questions. I will not pinpoint one question. I am not that stupid. Yeah, honestly, like I use the word stupid and I mean it stupid. People who are trying to figure out like one exact question are actually being stupid. That's not how the IELTS examination works. Okay, you will get some categories, some broad areas that will be covered in your IELTS speaking examination, and yes, they are do or die areas. They are definitely, you do them, you prepare them, you do good in those areas, or you score below 6.5, which a lot of you don't want, especially the IS general training people do not want less than 6, right? Even in your speaking examination. So yeah, these are those topics that you need to get ready beforehand. Before you go for your exam, you should have these topics ready. Now, what do I mean by ready? I don't want you to cram them. I don't want you to learn them by heart. I only want you to have some short notes prepared. Okay, so that when the question is popped up in the examination, you don't waste a lot of time thinking about it. You don't waste a lot of time creating the content. You should at least have the content ready. For example, if the question is, what's your hobby? Don't waste the time in the examination thinking about your hobby. Is dancing my hobby? No, I think I love photography most. And then you start saying, ma'am, I think swimming is my hobby. No, 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 no. Sorry. Photography is my hobby. I would like to talk about photography. You should not do this. To save you from those awkward situations, to save you from this lack of content, I'm just trying to give you some broad areas, broader topics that you should keep ready with the bare minimum content, just some bullet points. I'll tell you what are the bullet points, right, guys? So, for your speaking part one, for part one of your speaking examination, you know there are three parts in speaking. For part one and part three, yeah, can't really open this finger that much. Okay, anyway, so for part one and part three, you will not get additional time to prepare your answers. Part 2 is something for which you get extra time. You get 1 minute to prepare your answer. You can make some notes. You can think about what you want to say. But for your part 1 and part 2, you have to instantly reply. Now, I've already taken classes on Unacademy. They're free classes on what to do, what will happen when you don't know the answer, how can you use some words, some sentences. People like to call them natural fillers. Like natural filler is something else. That is entirely different. But again, you can buy some time by saying, "Oh well, that's a good question. I've never thought about it. Just give me a second to think." And then you can think, but how much? Because your exam is going, they don't really provide you time to think. So even when you use this sentence, you can probably think for 10 सेंटेंस, नॉट मोर देन दिस. इससे ज़्यादा आपके एग्जाम में गैप होगा तो वो अजीब भी लगेगा, क्योंकि एग्जाम रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है और फिर इससे ज़्यादा गैप नहीं है. इसका मतलब है आप सोचने में बहुत लंबा टाइम ले रहे हो. तो हमें वो टाइम नहीं लेना. ये तो हमारा लास्ट ऑप्शन है. जब कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा तो हम एग्जामिनर को क्वेश्चन रिपीट करने को बोलेंगे या उससे टाइम लेंगे. हम बोलेंगे लेट मी थिंक अबाउट इट. ठीक है, लेकिन अदरवाइज वी शुड ऑलवेज बी रेडी. So, your part 1 is generally on familiar topics. What are familiar topics? These are familiar topics. यहाँ पर imagine your hometown. What can be the question? Well, what is your hometown? What is it like growing up in your hometown? What is your favorite spot in your hometown? Has your hometown changed much in the past few years? Okay, so these are some of the questions that can come from the heading, like from the topic, hometown. Similarly, from the next topic, city, you can get a question, what kind of transport is most common in your city? Where do you live? What is famous in your city? Where do tourists visit in your city? What is your favorite spot in your city? Again, so these are some things that is simple that you should know. If I'm from Delhi, I should know what is my favorite spot in Delhi. And if you're from Mumbai, you should know what is your favorite spot in Mumbai. You should know how the city has changed over the past few years, how it was when you were a kid, how it is now. That is just basic knowledge, common sense, right? And essentially, it's just your personal life. This question is coming from your personal life. How can someone else tell you what to say? So I cannot tell you what to say. I can only say that before you go for the exam, make a short note. Keep a small copy. Like I've told you to keep a copy for vocabulary. In the same copy, आखिरी के कुछ pages, keep it for this. On the top of the page, write hometown. Now write here. Make some points. Okay. Bhopal. What do I like the most? I love the lakes and the long drives. I love monsoon. Okay. Has it changed? Yes. What has changed? More development. Okay. So keep some notes ready. Before your IELTS speaking examination, take a look at these notes. Use them to revise what will you say in the exam, so you don't have to think, that you don't have to waste time thinking about the content. Now, family. Who's your favorite family member? How many members are in your family? Do you all live together? Who cooks in the family? What is your role in the family? What is your responsibility in the family? These are the simple questions. Friends. Who's your best friend and why? What do you and your friends do together? How do you spend time together? Do you like to have fun with your friends? How many friends do you have? Simple questions. Now, but the problem is that you don't have to give them one word answers. You have to give them answers that are at least 3-4 sentences long. So somewhere between 3 sentences to 5 sentences. They can be a bit longer depending on a particular type of question, but minimum 3-4 sentences is what I'm looking for. So when they ask me what is your hometown, I don't say Bhopal straight up. I give some additional information. Well, I've been living in Delhi currently, but my hometown is Bhopal. I was born there, I've grown up there. It's in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and it's actually the capital city of Madhya Pradesh. Yeah, I just miss Bhopal. I'm giving something additional. I'm showing a lot of intonation, I'm showing my emotions, I'm giving additional content, and I am letting the examiner know that I know English, that I'm not scared of speaking, that I can speak for as long as you want me to. And at the same time, I will try to use some good vocabulary here so I can show off my language. Essentially, your speaking interview is just an opportunity for you to show off your language. Okay guys, any doubts here? No. Similarly, neighbor. Who's your neighbor? How are your relationships with your neighbor? Do you and your neighbor meet often? Work. How's your work? What are your responsibilities? What do you do? Would you like to change your job? What is the best thing about your job? What is the worst thing about your job? Education. Again, what do you do? What are the subjects? What do you want to become in the future? Do you like your college? How did you get admission there? Why did you decide this particular course, or why did you decide this particular college? Food. What is your favorite food? Do you cook? Do you like to cook? What is your favorite cuisine? Who cooks in your family? Do you like eating outside, like in restaurants, or do you like eating at home? So a lot of simple questions that will be about your personal life. Similarly, on hobbies, holidays, the kind of house that you live, the kind of house that you want to live in, what are the different rooms in your house, what is your favorite room, transportation, what do you do in your free time, how do you spend your weekends, and about your daily routine. So these are some simple topics that you should be ready about. That is what I mean. Now, similarly, for your part 2 of the examination, you will get a cue card. That means a piece of paper that will have all the questions written down on one topic. I'd say if the question is about your favorite teacher, okay? So who is your minutes. Sorry, you'll get 2 minutes to frame your, you'll get 1 minute to frame your answer and 2 minutes to speak. To frame your answer and 2 minutes to speak. So यहाँ पर it's easy because you're getting some time to make notes. Again, making notes is very tricky, very important. You have to make sure that you create enough content that lasts you for 2 minutes. I've taken a lot of classes on Unacademy covering this topic. I'll try to cover this topic on YouTube as well. But my plus students have become very, very good. Like they're almost experts in this category, in the speaking examination especially. So if any of my plus student is here, guys, can you tell these people in the comment section how to utilize the 1 minute time to make the perfect notes that last you for 2 minutes long. Now, the kind of questions that generally come here have one topic, one main question, and a lot of follow-up questions like, what is your favorite movie? This will be your main question. So you have to talk about your favorite movie and why. Always answer why. Why is that your favorite movie? Now the follow-up questions. When did you watch it? What was the story? What did you like the best in that movie? Or why did it have such an impact on you? Similarly, books, songs, vacations. So longer questions with a lot of follow-up questions or a lot of sub-questions. Now after this is over, you will move on to part 3. In your part 3, the questions will be in the tone of a discussion. It will be a discussion and generally it will warrant your opinion. They will look for your opinion. Now the questions here change a little bit. They change the format of it. The topic could be same, like favorite teacher there. It could be teaching here as well in part 3, but the question will become entirely different. It will be, what do you think are the good qualities that a teacher should have? Now you have to give your opinion and you have to talk about the qualities that a good teacher should have. Next question. Do you think people choose teaching as a profession because they really want to or because they don't have any other option? Give your opinion. Your opinion could be right, it could be wrong, it could be sensible, it could be ridiculous. It really does not matter. A lot of students here in part 3 try to please the examiner. They try to make sure that the examiner agrees with their point of view. No, it does not matter. You can offend the examiner's point of view as much as you want, but make sure your English is on point. He's only looking for your English, your grammar, your ability to express yourself, nothing else, not the quality of your opinion. So, television, do you think watching television is having a bad impact on today's youth? Do you think people get influenced by advertisements? Do you think work-life balance is important? What are your suggestions to maintain work-life balance? Do you think children should not be given mobile phones? What are the negative effects of using mobile phones? What are the positive effects of using mobile phones? What features do you think the mobile phones of the future will have? So similar questions will come here that will ask for your opinion, suggestions, or something from the future, or a comparison between future and a past. That means how has marriage changed today, the institution of marriage, how is it in the past and how has it become now? Why are there so many divorces these days? So these are your do or die topics, not do or die questions. It will be extremely ridiculous to say do or die questions. Anyone who says that is actually fooling you. Don't fall into that trap. It's a trap. So you can only have important topics, but you can never have important question. No one really knows how will the question be framed. You could be asked about who, why, how, when. Nobody can predict this. We can only predict some common topics that definitely come. And it's easiest to predict topics for part 1 because familiar topics are limited. There are only limited familiar topics and you will definitely get one of these topics in your examination. Now, if you want more information on how to prepare for the IELTS exam, if you want to become perfect, by perfect I really mean perfect, like an 8-band or a 9-band person, okay? So, practice alone will not help you. You first need to learn properly, join a good course, join a reliable teacher, then practice with them. They'll give you some feedback on the mistakes that you're doing. follow their feedback, take note of that feedback and improve. Don't ignore it, follow their suggestions and again learn. So it's a continuous cycle to score good in any examination. Practice alone will not help you, feedback alone will not help you. It's a continuous cycle and most importantly, you need to rely on someone who's credible. A credible course, a reliable educator. So Unacademy solves that problem for you. It's extremely affordable and the educators are reliable. Trust me, like everyone is an expert in their field. The Unacademy subscriptions are very, very affordable in comparison to how costly your IELTS exam is. Also in comparison to how costly the offline coachings are. Do you know basically Unacademy is being sponsored by a lot of, just a second, by a lot of sponsors. So for any course that you paid 2,400 rupees to Unacademy, basically the quality and the standard of course that you're getting is worth 25-50,000. But you're getting it here because our vision is to provide quality education at affordable prices. So we're trying our best to bring the world-class quality level here on Unacademy and for the least possible amount because that is the vision that we work with. So yes, a 1-month subscription is only for 2,700 rupees and if you use the referral code AAYUSHI, you get a 10% off and this will be for 2,430 rupees only. The benefits of using my code or any educator's code are almost the same. You can watch all the classes on Unacademy, attend all the classes that are live, watch interactive sessions, watch the doubt sessions, and we complete your syllabus. We make sure that you're improving. Now, when you use my code, what are the additional benefits? You get to call me for your speaking classes because speaking cannot be improved without two-way interaction. So I make sure that I'm calling my students as many times as possible in a month, so that I can take their speaking interviews apart from classes on Unacademy. Secondly, I send my students a lot of study material and I keep texting them, calling them so that I am in touch with them, so that they always feel free to ask their doubts and they're always free to take my guidance. Because an educator needs to make sure that they are paying personal attention to the students because not every student is the same. Not everyone has the same strengths and the same weaknesses. So yeah. You guys are very lucky to be living in the era of Unacademy, honestly. Kash mere time hota, I would have scored better. So I basically my overall IELTS band is 8.5. When you come on my Telegram group, my Telegram group is IELTS by AAYUSHI. I'll share my scorecard with you if you want to see it ever. Let me know in the comments on the group. I'll share my scorecard. But yeah, I did some mistakes in my speaking examination and I wish I had someone to guide me. But thankfully for you, Unacademy is here because a lot of you are working professional, you're students, you're in the family and you don't have time to attend offline classes, and Unacademy is so convenient. Like you could be just sitting at your bed right now and watching the classes, which is amazing. Like when compared to going outside, like getting up, getting dressed, driving. So yeah, this is extremely convenient. Now, if you're going for a subscription that is longer than 1 month, like a 3-month subscription or more, you can not only use the referral code AAYUSHI. Guys, at the same time, I'm keeping a constant eye on the comment section. If you have any doubts, keep commenting in the live section, okay? And you can use your credit score. So when you watch videos on Unacademy, you get some credits. You can use those credits when you're taking a subscription longer than 3 months to avail additional 10% off. So basically a referral code plus your credits will give you a total of 20% off if you're going for a course that is longer than 1 month, 3 or more. So amount of 6,700 rupees, which is the cost for a 6 months, which is the cost for a 3-month subscription. It will be available after the 20% off for only 5,468 rupees. Also, go to the Unacademy app. I'm one of the top educators there. And follow me, AAYUSHI follow me so that you don't miss on any of my classes. This weekend, I'm going to have a lot of classes and a lot of amazing courses are going to be launched in January. Like January will be jam-packed for everyone. Whoever is a moderate level wants to become expert. That means you want to score an 8 or a 9 and your current score is 6.5 or 7 and you're just constantly stuck there. I have courses for you. If you don't know English at all, so basically you just want to first improve your English, learn spoken English, and then move on towards any other goal in life, I am there for you. I will have courses for beginners and for people who are looking for a good score. So everyone come join me on Unacademy. January is going to be a great month. I know a lot of people take New Year resolutions, right? So yeah, this month I will help you with your New Year resolutions if it is related to increasing your English proficiency or getting a good score in the IELTS examination. I hope this class was helpful. If there are any doubts, let me know. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.